Hi everyone, and welcome to the presentation with both me and Wendy today to talk about your welfare and well-being whilst you're studying with us at Montfort University. My name's Leanne Herbert. I'm the Welfare Training Officer here at DMU, and a large part of my role is to focus on Healthy DMU, and Healthy DMU is our whole university approach to your health and well-being whilst you're studying with us. I'll pass over to Wendy, so you can do an intro, Wendy.
Okay. Hi, my name is Wendy, and I'm one of the Wellbeing officers at DMU. And that's an unusual word, but what I do is I meet with students one-to-one to help them with any challenges that they may be facing. But I also write and lead personal development masterclasses that can help you take your next steps to get more skills and enjoy life at DMU. Next slide, please. So today what we're going to be doing is talking to you about settling into your uni life, but we're also going to be letting you know about the support services that you can access. Next slide.
So coming to university for lots of you might be the first time that you've ever done that, or you might be returning to study as a mature student for the first time in a while. Either way, there are going to be lots of new changes, hopefully really new and exciting changes for you on your new university journey here in the UK. And you'll hear this said a lot, this word independence. So have a little think about what that word being independent means for you. And what we'll do now is we'll reveal our answers so that you can see if they're similar to the things that you were thinking about. So if we reveal the slides, as you can see, lots of new and exciting things to get involved with whilst you're a student. So meeting new people, socializing, but it's also about staying safe and looking after yourselves, doing your own laundry, going out to buy food, cooking, cleaning, getting around Leicester or outside of Leicester to go and explore, as well as being responsible for your budgets. As I'm sure you're aware, you've already attended a talk about student finance and welfare. And then we want to also emphasise the importance of looking after your overall health and well-being in relation to things like ensuring you have access to appropriate medical care whilst you're students with us, and that you let us know as a university if you do have any disabilities or medical conditions, so that we can support you. The reason why we want to know about these things is so that we can reach out to you and offer you different types of support that might be available to you, and we'll come on to talk about that a little bit later on. I've talked already about how important it is to look after your health and well-being whilst you're students with us, and also organise your time and get on with your studies, which is ultimately what you're here to do. Like I say, we're on a brand new journey and hopefully it's exciting, but really a big part of what Wendy and I are here to say today is talk to us, reach out to us. We are here to support you and you're here to support each other. We'll move on to the next slide. So Healthy DMU is our overarching health and wellbeing initiative for you as students, and we've got the Healthy DMU hub, and a link is there for you, and we could put a link in the chat or have a little look. Just Google Healthy DMU hub or put it into your web browser and you'll find that it comes up for you. It's quite accessible on your mobile phone. And this is your one-stop shop for finding out about activity, appointments, and ways that you can look after your overall health and well-being whilst you're students with us. And you'll see the information sits behind a number of tiles there. So the What's On pages will soon host lots and lots of activities that you can just sign up for, come along to, just come along, join in, and they'll take place both online this year, virtually, and face to face. So hopefully you'll find there's a great selection of activities for you to get involved with that we host as a wellbeing team. DMU Active also host a lot of physical activity, sports, both individual and team-based sports, and we'll come on to look at that shortly. And as you can see, all of the different tiles there. So take care, money matters, connect with others. And we'll come on to look at all of those individually as we go throughout the session. So thank you for that. We can move on to the next slide. So our welfare and wellbeing teams at De Montfort University are huge, but that's because we've got lots and lots of students. And so rather than just having one place to go for any questions or queries that you've got, we recognise that we have lots of different questions and queries that we might want answers to. And so we have bespoke, individualised teams who are best placed to answer your queries and support you ultimately. And this slide here is a jigsaw showing that there's loads of different teams that we all ultimately fit together with our main aim of supporting you through your academic careers. Do you want to start, Wendy, by telling us about a few?
I'm going to start with Wellbeing and the mental health team, which is my team. And it's something that we encourage people to get in contact with before they have a major problem. So if you find you're not functioning properly, then you can ask for help there, and we can provide you with one-to-one sessions where we can help you work a way through so you take control and get back on track. And we always say, like, I think it's going to be Leanne's and my mantra, talking makes a difference. So even if it's not culturally normal for you to do so, don't be brave, open up, and you can get something changed there. There's the open faith as well. Sometimes we need people who understand where we're coming from spiritually, and you're going to be hearing more about that from the open faith team. But again, use that service. It can make a difference, and you can help shape that to the way you want it to be. One at the bottom there, mandala. It's something we hope you won't have to use, but the project was set up to support students who've experienced sexual violence, including rape and sexual assault, domestic abuse, including honour crimes, forced marriage, coercive control, and sexual harassment. So that includes things like stalking, unwanted contact, and abusive language. So again, we hope you won't need it. But if you find yourself affected by those things, then contact Mandala and you'll be signposted to practical support. And then Dmu Security, which follows from that naturally. Now, you may think you'll never need them, but actually they're there just to make sure that you have a safe, secure environment in which to function. So if you're worried about something, they won't mind if you give them a call. You can talk it through and they'll be able to signpost you, or they'll be able to deal with it. And we also have a policeman on campus, PC Richard Jackson. He's got his office in the security building, and he can be helpful, but he's often walking around campus. So feel free to say hello to him, introduce yourselves. He likes to chat to people. Okay, so if you've got a problem, you're not sure who to ask, you can ask security. I think that's all the bits. Oh no. Yep. No, I think that's my bits. Back to you, Leanne.
Thank you. So you'll see there's a few tiles there that we've not talked about already. Every single faculty has a student advice centre, and every single faculty has faculty support. And you'll see really, really tiny contact details there for you to be able to reach out to your faculty engagement officer. We have bespoke autism support services for students who live with autism here at DMU. So again, if that applies to you and you haven't told us yet, then please do reach out and let us know. The same goes for the disability advice and support team. And we also have, as well as Mandala, No Space for Hate. So that's a new service here at DMU in recognition that DMU has no space for hate. So it's support for you as students if you've experienced any kind of hate or harassment whilst you're on campus. And the same as Wendy says, we really hope that isn't the case. However, if it is, then do reach out to us so that you can tell us. You can report incidents anonymously as well. So don't think that if you do report any of these things to us that we'll know about who you are or anything like that. No Space for Hate has an excellent anonymous reporting system. So please do take make use of that if required. And as Wendy's already said, and I'll just reiterate it one more time before we move on, talk to someone. Always talk to someone. We're huge teams, and we're here to help you through your university journey. We'll move on.
Okay, so what practical things can help you thrive at DMU? Well, research has shown that there are a core group of actions that we can proactively adopt to improve our levels of well-being and mental health. So this is the 5 ways to well-being, and it provides a way of identifying practical things you can do to sustain your mental health. So we move to the next slide. We're going to look at them in a bit more detail. So starting with connecting and socializing. Remember, when you come to DMU, you're probably going to be feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit shy, and you'll think, no one will want to talk to me. But what you've got to remember is everyone else is thinking the same. So get involved, build relationships. And a good way to start with that is at Freshers Week, which starts on the 25th of September. And you can get involved as much or as little as you like, but everyone else is looking for friends, looking to build relationships too. Part of the things you'll find out about in that week will be our societies and the Student Union, or the DSU. Now, if you go on our website, you'll find out about the many societies that go from Harry Potter through to faith groups. Okay, there is all sorts of things in there that you can do to kind of get to know other students, to join, to have sporting activities. It'll help you really feel you belong. Open faith, we've mentioned already. We have faith advisors for all faiths and none. And then for you, there's the iBuddy scheme. And this is a scheme that pairs up new international students with existing students. It's a way of finding out what other people's journey is like. And students that I've spoken to that have used it have found it really encouraging, really helpful. Just having someone else that they know that's done the same things and been through the same things that they're going through. Next slide, please. So give. Okay, well, people that do good for others feel better about themselves. So if for no other reason than that, then it might be worth thinking about how you can give back to other people. And we have DMU Local that enables you to do that safely and can introduce you to volunteering opportunities. So we've already had 101, 20,465 hours of work done with local communities where you can learn to make a difference. And that will make you feel, it'll add a new part to your experience at DMU. Over to you, Leanne. Next slide.
Thank you. So I mentioned it really briefly earlier on, and there is a tile dedicated to being active on the Healthy DMU hub that I shared with you earlier on. And being active is a hugely important part of your academic journey. It can help us study better. It can help us think more clearly. It can help us to communicate and collaborate and meet up with other people. And it can also help with things like sleep. So if you find that you're struggling to sleep, but you're not, say, for example, doing any physical activity, then we certainly advise getting involved in some sort of recreational or even team sports if you want to. So as you can see, DMU Active is available all week long, and it's a combination of individual or team-based activity, and DMU Active activities are free. So do get involved as much as you can, and I'm sure if you either email DMU Active or look on their social media platforms, you'll see all of the things that DMU Active have got going on for you. And as it says there on the slide, it's all about fun, fitness, stress relief, and building confidence. And of course, what really importantly, to me anyway, is about making new friends. So if we move on to the next slide, obviously you're thinking, well, well-being's all well and good, but I'm just here to learn. And absolutely, learning is is key, and it's a key part of the 5 ways to well-being. But there are some advice that we've put on the slide here for you to keep learning. Attend, and I've put it in bold there with an exclamation mark. If you find that you've missed a few sessions and you think, oh, I can't go back because I've missed a few sessions now, don't worry. Just keep going, keep attending, and don't worry if you have missed a few sessions about just going back. You'll be more than welcome to return to study if you have had to miss a few sessions for whatever reason. But if you're struggling with things like organization or how to manage things like feedback, so your lecturers might have said something about an essay that you've handed in, then do use the library and learning services. So the library and learning services and CLASS, as you can see on that bottom point there, CLASS, provide you with all kinds of support from within the library. So don't see DMU's library as just a place where there are a load of books, because it's not just about the books, it's about the support and the excellent services that you can access there that will make you get the best out of your learning, and give you every opportunity to submit your best work for your deadlines. So yes, whilst keep learning is a key 5 ways to well-being, then make the very best of your learning experience whilst you're here. And like I say, use all of the support, make use of all of the support that's available to you in the library and learning services and elsewhere, for example, in the Healthy DMU masterclasses. So we want to support you as much as we possibly can. So you'll see that there's lots of different people offering you the opportunity to develop skills that will make you the best learner that you can be, but they'll be transferable. They'll make you the best employee that you can be once you've graduated. So if we move on to the next slide. It's really, really important to take some time out. So I think sometimes when we're under quite a lot of stress and pressure to get that essay done, to get that coursework finished, we stop taking notice and we stop taking breaks. And we can't stress enough the importance of taking some time out and taking a break. And we've given you a few examples on the slide here of things that you might do. For example, try something new, go for a walk or a run. Even just making a meal for yourself or listen to your favorite songs can all be an opportunity. It doesn't have to be huge amounts of time. It can just be a quick half an hour break in your day. But it's really, really important to stop when you are perhaps working on a large piece of work like an essay, say, for example. Some of your best thinking or your best ideas will often come to you whilst you're on that break. And there's evidence, again, as Wendy was talking about earlier on, there's science and evidence behind the impact of taking breaks and doing things like mindfulness on your productivity and success when it comes to producing academic work, or indeed even when it comes to producing work in employment. There's a quote there: you can't stop the waves. You can't stop the waves of this academic journey that you're on, but you can learn to surf it. And mindfulness is something that you'll have an opportunity to try out tomorrow. So I massively encourage you to do that. It might feel a bit strange, but it gets easier. And like I say, it's a wonderful way of providing you with an opportunity to take notice and take time out. So we'll move on to the next slide.
Okay, so money matters. Now, you're going to be having a special talk on this, but I want to say to you, money is a big cause of stress at times. And if you're having problems, you don't need to feel ashamed. You can get good advice, good support from our finance and welfare team. They're very trustworthy. Okay, also you can get jobs with Unitemps, and DMU Works provides career advice for when you're thinking about what the next steps are and how you need to best prepare in your journey through DMU and out the other side. So next slide, please.
So I mentioned this really briefly earlier on, and I'll just reiterate how important it is that you are able to access medical care should you need it whilst you're with us here in the UK. So we encourage you to register with a GP, a doctor's, if you haven't already. And there's a link there for you in this slide that we could hopefully share in the comments. Of course, that's external to the university, but it impacts on your academic journey. But the other thing is that we have a disability support team, a wellbeing and a mental health support team here at the university. So these are things that you might have come to university with that you haven't told anybody about already, because you think, well, I don't think they need to know, or lots of different reasons why you might not have told us. Our advice is we are here to support you. We will do our very best to offer you different kinds of support that will help to complement your academic journey. So please do tell us if you have a disability or a medical condition or a learning difference, something like dyslexia, or a mental health condition, so that we can talk you through your support options. And as you can see on this slide here, we've got two overarching teams: the Disability Advice and Support team, who you can contact just by emailing disability@dmu.ac.uk, and the Mental Health and Wellbeing teams, where you can email them at wellbeing@dmu.ac.uk. So like I say, do tell us. We're here ultimately to support you. Don't think we will see that negatively. We absolutely won't. Our main aim is, like I say, to support you under the circumstances, and for you to get the best out of your time here with us. Let's move on to the next slide.
And that, following on from that, you may not have a disability or a diagnosis of anything wrong with you, but you might wake up one morning and think, I'm just struggling a bit. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to ask. And if that happens, book a single point of access appointment. It's a 45-minute signposting session where we can help you find your route through the difficulty you're going through. So there are appointments available every day. If you go online, the Gateway, at 8 o'clock in the morning, there are new appointments released every morning, but there are some bookable appointments as well. So don't wait till it's an emergency. If you're not sure who to ask, book a single point of access appointment, and it really will make a difference. Next slide, please.
So I think the main thing to say is, like I say, we're here. Talk to someone, tell us. Don't struggle, or certainly don't struggle on your own. Do reach out. There's so many places to go, so don't worry about the fact that you can't remember all of the stuff that Wendy and I have said today. Just reach out to someone. You'll find that we all have your best interests at heart, so we will do our best to ensure that you then get access to the service that you need need. And as you can see on the screen there, if you have any questions, you can get in touch with us after the presentation today by emailing healthydmu.ac.uk. We would like to thank you for listening to the presentation that Wendy and I have delivered today. We're really conscious that we are staff that work at the university. So what we'd like to do now is leave you with the words of some of our students. Listen to what our students have in terms of advice for you and what they make of our services. Thank you, everyone.
To look after myself and protect my mental health and well-being, I dance. So I've joined the university's Bollywood Dance Society, and that has helped me unwind and just put myself out of situations that I've been in, and I just dance to look after myself.
On a day-to-day basis, I usually meditate. I heard about this Kadamba institution recently, and I went to one of their sessions, and they taught me how to keep our mind at peace and meditate on a regular basis. I was able to concentrate more on my studies and my other day-to-day work, and it kind of really helped me.
The main thing I focus on is just to be kind to myself and to make sure that, I remember that not every day is going to be the perfect day. And in terms of doing activities, I like to try new things, as well as schedule some time to relax and make sure I'm not working all the time.
To help my mental well-being, I will have routine in every day. I get up and go to bed at the same time, and it helps me to really keep that structure in my life.
I'd go on a Monday to breathing space, to a meditation group, and that really relaxes me every Monday morning.
I kind of go to the gym quite often, so it's like 2 hours of just high workout intensity. It's just kind of like distracting me from what I've got to focus on. And usually when I'm not there, it's kind of like listening to music or podcasts just to like distract me from everything that's going on.
One thing I really try and do consistently is I have a book, and in that book I try and write down the peak and the pit, so the best and the worst of every day, and I use that as like a tool for myself to self-analyse, see where the good times were, see how to make the bad times maybe not seem as bad, and just a nice little reflection in the evening, sort of get my thoughts together.
I always make sure I take time out for myself, away from screens and stress, just take that time out to collect your thoughts and peace of mind at the end of the day.